Cryptocurrency has died. Crypto is here to stay. The chasm between crypto evangelists and skeptics may never have been wider. Andreessen Horowitz, the most prominent Silicon Valley venture capital firm, made a $4.5 billion bet on cryptocurrencies on Wednesday, citing a massive wave of world-class talent that has entered the industry in the last year. "That's why we decided to go big," wrote Chris Dixon, the firm's managing partner. On the same day, a previously bullish investor predicted Bitcoin would fall to $8,000 from its current level of around $30,000. Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency has not really established itself as a credible institutional investment at this point, Scott Minerd, chief investment officer at Guggenheim Partners, told Bloomberg News at the World Economic Forum in Davos. "It's really become a market of yahoos and backwaters." That's a big change from February last year, when Minerd told CNN's Julia Chatterley that Bitcoin, which was trading around $40,000 at the time, could eventually soar to $400,000 to $600,000. Bitcoin reached a high of $69,000 in November. Since then, it has lost more than half of its value as investors have fled riskier assets in response to rising interest rates. Despite the crash, Davos hosted several panels on cryptocurrencies and digital money this year, as well as a slew of crypto-related vendors along the town's famed promenade. However, establishment voices at the summit wasted no time in disparaging the Web3 crowd. On day one of the event, Kristalina Georgieva, managing director of the International Monetary Fund, stated, "Bitcoin may be called a coin, but it is not money. It isn't a reliable store of value." So, how do we proceed from here? It's easy to dismiss blockchain technology and philosophy while watching crypto's day-to-day volatility and fringe projects like Terra and Luna enter a death spiral. However, crypto enthusiasts claim that, despite its flaws, crypto is not going away. For starters, some experts believe that cryptocurrency must address its branding issue. According to Marcus Sotorio, an analyst at digital asset brokerage Global Block, the term cryptocurrency can be misleading. 99% of cryptocurrencies aren't trying to be currencies, they're trying to be assets behind these blockchain networks, he explained. And I believe it's only a matter of time before all businesses incorporate blockchain in some form or another. Closer regulation is becoming more popular, particularly following the collapse of Terra USD and its sister coin, Luna, earlier this month. Many advocates favor increased oversight, in part because it may help cryptos gain mainstream acceptance. Sotorio estimates that there are currently 300 million crypto users, and that number is doubling every year, nearly twice the historical rate of internet adoption. Even though sentiment is very, very negative right now and everything appears to be doom and gloom, he says, the actual fundamentals of cryptocurrency haven't changed. Dispatch from Davos. Julia Horowitz, Before the Bell's lead writer, joins us from Davos, Switzerland, where she's covering the World Economic Forum. Ukraine's Minister of Digital Transformation, Mikhailo Fedorov, has a message for tech behemoths SAP and Cloudflare: leave Russia now. I spoke with Fedorov on the sidelines of the Davos summit, his first trip outside Ukraine since Russia's invasion 3 months ago. He was in town to urge business and government leaders to do more to help, and he met with executives from Google, Microsoft, and Facebook's Meta. "Every one of us can do better," he said. According to Fedorov, nearly 500 tech companies have left Russia since President Vladimir Putin sent troops into Ukraine on February 24. However, he chastised Cloudflare and SAP for continuing to operate in Russia, claiming that this undermines the effectiveness of the digital blockade. When a company works in the Russian market, it puts money into the Russian budget, which goes to the Russian army, Fedorov explained. This enables the murder of Ukrainians. SAP, a German software company, announced its intention to leave Russia in April. Fedorov, on the other hand, believes the company is dragging its feet and needs to move faster. I'm convinced they'll leave Russia eventually, sooner or later, but sooner is better than later, because people are dying, he said. SAP stated in a statement that it is in ongoing dialogue with the Ukrainian government, including conversations at Davos, and that it has stood in solidarity with the Ukrainians since the beginning of Russia's unjustified war. Meanwhile, Cloudflare has stated that it is still operating in Russia to protect the flow of uncensored information to Russians. They claim to be there to defend some kind of democracy, Fedorov said. The cloud services provider stated in a statement that it has minimal sales and commercial activity in Russia and has terminated any customers we have identified as tied to sanctioned entities. Fedorov emphasized that a digital blockade is an important tool for countering Russia because it can set the country back 2 or 3 decades, encouraging engineers and other specialists to leave. We also want Russians to realize, guys, something is wrong. And they must speak out against war, Fedorov continued. China's leaders are expressing concern. According to state media, China's cabinet convened an emergency meeting with more than 100,000 participants on Wednesday, in an unusual move. The mission is to do whatever it takes to save the economy. Premier Li Keqiang delivered perhaps the most pessimistic assessment of the Chinese economy to date during the unexpected video teleconference. According to my CNN business colleague Jesse Young, Li stated that it is in worse shape than it was in 2020, during the initial outbreak of coronavirus. He urged leaders across the country to take action to reduce rising unemployment. Step back, the world's second-largest economy, which once boasted annual growth rates of 10% or higher, has suffered as a result of its own COVID-19 protocol, which has imprisoned millions of people. UBS cut its full-year GDP growth forecast to 3% earlier this week. China has stated that it anticipates 5.5% growth this year. Sustained growth is more than just an economic priority. China's party leaders have kept their grip on power in part by engineered growth that has lifted tens of millions out of poverty. Leaders are especially sensitive to signs of social unrest that may arise as a result of deteriorating economic prospects. Earlier this month, Li, the Communist Party's number 2 after President Xi Jinping, described the country's economic situation as complex and grave. Despite the difficulties, President Xi has only reinforced the zero-COVID policy, threatening to punish anyone who questions it.